Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John, this is Many a True Nerd, and welcome back to Mass Effect 2, the Insanity Run. Last time we wrapped up Lair of the Shadow Broker, had a little bit of a nice reunion with Liara, and indeed, as a result of that, over here on our desk, we've got ourselves, hang on, a nice picture of Liara. Oddly, Liara looking like she's blushing really damn hard, unless that's just a trick of the angle or the light or something. But there we are, Liara's on the desk, very nice indeed. Together with a model of the Shadow Broker's ship, which just kind of sits on the desk, because apparently there's not really room for it actually in the thing. So that's a shame, it just sits on the desk. Probably I shouldn't have picked that up, but never mind. And today, with almost all of the entire team loyal, I think it's time to make some actual plot progress. Let's go and get the Reaper IFF from, I think it's in Hawking Eater, the derelict Reaper husk. Opening up that mission actually unlocks a whole new system, Thorn, which is where the Reaper IFF is. So I've been through Hawking Eater before, but this is the first time we've been down to Thorn, because I'm pretty sure that's locked until you unlock this particular mission. So let's just quickly scan all the other planets too. So here we are, a derelict Reaper, a 2-kilometer long ship with unmistakable profile of a Reaper. It's giving off power signatures in localized areas, but they are far weaker than a ship this size would indicate. The Reaper seems to maintain a mass effect field that has kept it from falling into the failed star, but massive holes have been blasted and melted into parts of the hull and remain unrepaired. The only logical conclusion is the Reaper died, or was at least reduced to minimal functioning a long time ago. Let's go and dock with this rather creepy little thing, shall we? Now, we're going into a Reaper, and a Reaper means the various Reaper creatures are going to be there in force. In particular, we're going to be taking on an awful lot of husks, and also a fair few Scions mixed in as well. But to be honest, mainly husks, though Scions probably actually pose the biggest threat. So Grunt is an excellent candidate. He deals very well with getting through the armor, and obviously because it's just husks and Scions, that means literally we're taking on nothing this entire mission, because I don't think Harbinger can even show up. We're taking on nothing but basic health, armor, or both. So Grunt is good at dealing with that sort of thing, as indeed is Miranda. Miranda, of course, with her slam ability, very good for taking out the odd husk if we start getting a little bit on the swarm side. Plus, she'll make me a bit more powerful, which definitely has its uses as well. So Grunt and Miranda, very well set up. Plus, of course, they'll be a lot more powerful than usual. This is where squad warp ammo becomes very useful, because warp ammo, you just think about it being mainly for biotic barriers, but it also gives you a really good damage bonus against armor and health. So basically, my entire team is going to have plus, I think it's 35% damage against literally every enemy in this entire mission, which is pretty damn cool.
What's with all the chop, Joker?
Doing my best. The wind's gusting to 500 kph. There's a second ship alongside the Reaper. It's not transmitting any IFF, but the radar paints its silhouette as Geth.
I guess we know where the science team stopped reporting in. What just happened?
The Reaper's mass effect fields are still active. We just passed inside their envelope.
Do you remember how the entire point of the Normandy was the command thing was at the very rear, so Shepard would stand at the back and wouldn't actually be standing right next to the pilot? Yet every single time in the entire Mass Effect franchise that we actually have to do any commanding, nope, Shepard's running right up to the front. Never stands where she's actually supposed to bloody stand, and into the Reaper we go.
Smells bad. There's blood, but something's wrong with it.
Blood, but something's wrong with it. And indeed, something very bad has happened to these people. So, welcome to the Reaper, or rather to, like, the Cerberus science station they've built along the outside of the Reaper, which is kind of cool. Have you all of you got your warp ammo on, by the way? I'd like all of you to have that on, please. There we go. Everyone has their warp ammo on now. Beautiful. None of them will be nice and powerful. Grunt, however, you can go over to your shotgun. I think that's a little bit more appropriate. You probably stick to the hand cannon. I'll stick with the sniper rifle for now. So let's go in here and see what we've got, including, yay, let's rob Cerberus blind.
The airlock has been installed at the far end of the hold section. We have begun pressurization for shirt sleeves work. The crew is edgy. I reassure them it is mere nerves, a superstitious reaction to what this hulk represents. The corpse of a vast ancient life form. Privately, I can't deny the atmosphere. The angles of the walls seem to press down on you. I find myself clenching my teeth.
So, of course, we know from Mass Effect 1, indeed, as the Codex has actually updated there, indoctrination is a thing that a live Reaper can most certainly do. Slowly as you spend time around a Reaper, you come to think as it wants you to think, but it would appear that potentially even a Reaper that's been dead or close to dead for millions of years, many cycles, might just be able to do it anyway. And the crew was starting to feel the effects. Let's go over to the next work log, shall we?
We finished cataloging specimens A203 to B016. No evidence of active nanotechnology noted. Dr. Chindana believes they would have decayed over the last 37 million years. There's not enough data to support his claim. He asserts that the truth is patently obvious. I am concerned. Chindana has been staring at the samples for hours. He says he's listening to them.
So all of a sudden, people starting to hear things, imagine things, come up with conclusions that don't make sense. All not sounding so hot for the science team here.
Normandy to shore party.
What just happened?
The Reaper put up kinetic barriers. I don't think we can get through from our side.
We're trapped. We'll have to take down the barrier generators from in here. Any idea where they are?
At the moment of activation, I detected a heat spike in what is likely the Rex Mass Effect core, sending the coordinates now. Be advised, this core is also maintaining the Reaper's altitude.
So when we take the barriers down to escape, the wreck falls into the planet core.
And that means everyone dies. Yeah, I got it.
If any helmsman can pull us off this thing before it reaches crush depth, it's you. We'll make a sweep for survivors and recover what data we can. Stand by.
Aye, aye. Good hunting.
So in we go, and apparently now we can't actually escape until such time as we can take down the core of the Reaper. Beautiful.
What a mess. Anyone else hungry?
Oh, Grunt, I do love you. But we've got ourselves another work log over here inside a Reaper. So rare we get to see the inside of a Reaper. It's rather creepy. I wish we got to spend more time here, or see it's a little bit more in Mass Effect 3. But sadly we do not.
You're married? You never mentioned that.
Katie had anger management issues. When my brother got married, the best man tried to hit on her. She kicked him down the church steps.
What? Katie's my wife. I must have told you this story.
No, I know my wife. I remember that day was the only time I saw her wear stockings.
Yeah, the kind with seams up the back. That's what I remember too.
What the hell is this? How can we remember the same thing?
It sounds like the Reaper was affecting their minds.
So they started to forget who they were, share memories. It's all very creepy. I love it in here. It's a beautiful, I mean, it's a really creepy, well-designed environment in general. And yeah, some of the logs are really damn creepy. But would you believe there's chest-high walls up ahead, so I'm guessing it's not just going to be creepiness. There's going to be something here momentarily.
To the right!
And would you believe it is these bastards. Lovely.
Now you'll cry!
And fortunately Grunt is here, and Grunt does a very good job murdering flipping husks. Beautiful, because you can just charge straight through the bastards. Now these guys are going to come in big numbers, but it's not going to be as bad as what we actually had in that little mission we did last time, where we actually kind of ran into those guys in the mine. These guys are relatively easy to take out. So we just need to basically keep blasting them, and bear in mind, of course, if we run into trouble, just hit them with the warp, just to get the shielding off them, and they kind of explode anyway. Incinerate to get the armor off as well, and bear in mind, of course, once you've got the armor off them, basically any single character in my team can one-shot them, because heavy concussive shot's an instant kill, as is Slam. So taking out these guys, not actually much apparently he couldn't even be bothered to do the heavy concussive blast there, he just decided to charge through them. That's fine. Grunt can just one-shot basically husks as much as he wants anyway. Also, unlike the mine, the game is kind enough to leave thermal clips everywhere, so as a result, even though you're taking out these guys and they're not actually dropping any ammo, you can keep yourself topped up anyway. You can see that there's like regular thermal clips just being left for you, so that's quite nice. And in come more of them, but honestly, as long as we just take them out nice and quickly, they'll be one-shotted by the Widow. It's all just fine. Some husks, in fact, come without any armor in the first place, in which case a Slam will basically murder them. And Slam, oh yeah, he's just about to go and murder like 3 of them in a row. Just look at how well Grunt does. Grunt does amazingly, together with fortification, so he's absolutely fine. Plus he draws their fire very nicely indeed. So we'll just hit them with the warps. We can just take them out nice and easily. I can just throw powers at them as much as I want. They'll all burn away. We've got more flipping abominations over there. They'll just be destroyed. Those guys are just, it's just so damn easy to take these guys out, to be honest. With this particular team, it's just not a problem in the slightest. We can just survive against the waves. And that's all it is, by the way. You just have to survive a little bit of time. It's not like there's a certain amount of time we're like waiting to pass here. So just keep on taking them out. Eventually we'll just throw in an incinerate and that'll do some more damage. Like, you might need to back off like a little bit, but not much, to be honest. There we go. And Grunt decided to do his charge and just insta-kills 2 of them. Miranda's back up. That means we know the fight's done. Miranda got herself a little bit far ahead there. Never mind. Just keep on grabbing that health and on we go. In fact, probably the easiest way to do this is actually to push on a little bit and be the far side. We've got an abomination over there who just explodes. Sniper, you say? There is just a random shot that comes out from in the distance. It's really easy to miss it. It's not very obvious. We'll get told who it is later, but yeah, I've always felt like it's not particularly well labelled, to be honest. And we have got ourselves something over here, very worth looking at. A Cerberus rifle to scan.
This looks interesting.
Sniper rifle damage. Flipping, finally. You get that sniper rifle damage very bloody late in the game. Palladium, thermal clips. Don't touch the power cells yet. Maybe we'll come back for those later. And a terminal here. Nothing but a bit of money. Marvellous. So forward we go, and this is where things get a little bit more interesting. In fact, probably so interesting that maybe I'll switch away from Sniper Rifle. Sniper Rifle maybe isn't suited to this many enemies. In fact, probably I should have brought the, I should have actually brought the Viper rather than this, so that's a shame. You're already dead. You're going to be blown straight back off the edge. Thank you. You can have most of your health gone, and then a slam to finish you off. These guys are just going to go down very, very fast indeed. And I believe we're going to get the first Scion in a minute. You're already almost dead. May as well set you on fire. Beautiful. Yeah, I believe there's a Scion that pops up. We'll just finish these guys off first, though. Beautiful. They just go down so damn easily. Right, first wave, I think, taken care of. I really shouldn't be using Disruptor ammo right now. Warp ammo, please. Thank you. Yep, I believe that's the first wave that climb up there done. One thing I always found odd about this, by the way, is like, we know that husks are like the human thing, like, because each unique creature becomes something different. Turians, when they become huskified, become marauders, and humans become husks. It's like a unique thing for each species. Let's just go over to the locust for a minute, and then we'll just finish you guys off, or at least strip the armor off. As long as the armor's stripped off, that's fine. We'll hit you with the heavy incinerate. Actually, if I go for a concussive shot on you, I'll probably do a little bit of damage to several of you. Finish you off, and then, excuse me, down you go. Down you go as well. And down you go as well to a slam, because these are just really well-selected powers for this mission. And heavy incinerate as well. I think is an instant kill against these guys. Now, Grunt is doing a good job holding off against the Scions. That's Grunt up there. In fact, sorry, I opened fire on Grunt. Shouldn't have done that. Instead, go invisible and start taking out the Scion. Can't even see him. I think he's going for Grunt right now. And he's dead. There we are. One Scion zone. Not so bad. Grunt with the fortification, which is now up to level 3, can really easily hold up against all of these. Dramatic death pose for that particular husk. He didn't want to kind of die in normal way. No, he wanted to leave a nice dramatic corpse. Sadly, we can't get up that way, so we'll just have to head around. But of course, lots of lovely ammo sitting around, and a medkit too. Marvellous. Together with a research terminal. I'll gladly hack this. And another heavy skin weave too. Beautiful. Couple of really, really good upgrades we've got so far, so we'll definitely be researching those back on the Normandy. And even more lovely ammo here. Yeah, they just leave ammo, like, everywhere in this mission. It's so darn useful, especially for the sniper class when you've got relatively little ammo to go. And then round here, we've got a door to bypass, which stops you just basically running past all of these. Like, I think you can partly, like, just... Oh. I think that was supposed to be the sniper. That was supposed to be, hey, the sniper's over there and he's helping you. But instead he just took a random shot at an empty room and actually feels a little bit more aggressive now, quite frankly. I'm pretty sure I just saw the sniper shot there. Yes, so yeah, to stop you kind of bypassing all of this, because you can basically just run straight past some of the guys over there. Almost called them ghouls. They're not ghouls, they're husks. Yeah, there's actually a bypass you need to do, and bypass time doesn't freeze for a bypass, so therefore you've got to actually have cleared this room before you can do that. And through we go. And we will get the mystery of the sniper, which isn't really much of a mystery, but never mind. We'll get the answer momentarily. And it's a Geth. Hello there, little Geth, aiming at Shepard, but instead decides to take out some husks for us. Shepard, for some reason, is holding an assault rifle, despite the fact that's pretty much the only weapon she doesn't use.
Shepard, Commander.
Geth talk. Since it knows knows you. Tell it I don't need its help.
Oh, Grunt, bless you. So, of course, we saw the Geth ship coming in. We assumed that it would be the Geth, therefore, that had taken the ship. But no, the Geth instead appears to be here to help me. And is that not rather interesting? That is our first little sign of Legion. Legion, who is the best person in the entire game, one of my favourite characters in the entire franchise. He's wonderful, and we're meeting him properly momentarily. But yes, as I was saying earlier, isn't it rather odd how many husks there are in this mission? Like, because husks are particularly human. It's not like the Reaper can just generate husks. It has to be a person that is converted into a husk. So, given every single one of these kind of husks must have been like a member of the Cerberus research team, how many people did Cerberus have working in this damn thing? Right, yet more ammo we can fall back to if we happen to need it, and of course we'll have more flipping husks coming in yet. Hello over there. I just missed at point-blank range. That's probably why you don't use sniper rifles at point-blank range, to be honest. Lovely, just get you off there, and then a slam to finish you off, and then you can... Oh! You took out your own friend and everything. Beautiful. Then, Grant, get out of the way. I'm trying to snipe you bastard. Right, you finish him off with a heavy concussive shot. Just slowly step backwards. Don't forget to reload, which should do a lot. You're almost dead. Slammed back off cooldown, because the cooldown for slam's pretty low. You go down immediately. I can throw the flames at you, my good man. Oh no, I was blowing up that instead. Never mind then. In which case, Grunt just finishes off that guy for me. He's coming for me, but he's not going to do very well. And then you, my good man, you're about to go down anyway. And then Grunt, if you wouldn't mind just throwing a nice little something at these guys. Actually, I'll throw a flame to just distract you for a second. And then while you're distracted, slam. You just see this team is just really, really well selected to deal with husks. Like, this is actually really difficult. This is a difficult old mission. Because, like, they do kind of spawn the husk, like, right next to you. But with this particular team, it's just the right team to pick this place apart, to be honest. Right, first Scion comes in and does a fair bit of damage to Miranda as well. So we've got to be a little bit careful there. Grunt, you probably just want to fortify as much as you can, to be honest. If you're fortifying, he can basically tank anything these guys can throw at him. Meanwhile, I can just stay back and just basically murder all of them. It's very hard for Grunt to flipping go down. I think there's a Scion nearby, but fortunately Grunt will actually draw its attention. And I can just hit it with the flipping, oh yeah, the Locust with the warp ammo on it. That does a good job, mind. Right, just keep hitting that with the heavy incinerate. Grunt is basically unkillable. Which is beautiful. You properly upgrade Grunt. He is very, very hard to kill. And then just keep focusing him down. He goes down pretty quickly. Even like the high-level Scions at this point, not so bad. We can just blast our way through them. It's lovely. Right, grab some extra ammo. We've got more flipping husks coming in, but the armor just gets stripped off them so fast by Locust together with the right ammo that we can basically just... This is a little bit dangerous, by the way. Right, you go over there. Beautiful. And then somebody take care of that, please. Lovely. You just explode him, which once he's exploded, then everything's good. Miranda, buy me a second's time, please, while I just back off. Nice. Just careful, as long as you don't get swarmed, you're fine. Fall back as much as you need to. Basically, if Grunt ends up on the front line, then he can't really be killed by us. Well, he can, but it's very difficult. It's very difficult to do. Also, I keep accidentally going over to flipping disruptor ammo. I need to change that. Hang on, I'm going to remap that power because it's annoying me. There we go. Don't accidentally do that. Beautiful. At this point, we're basically just pushing our way slowly to the end of this hall, then round the corner. I'm guessing more people have just shown up because you guys have started firing. So lovely. You've already started coming. And then we've got, no, not that. The slam, please. Slam and explosion. And then just knock the armor off. This is really good at dealing with the armor. Once they're done with the armor, at that point, they can't really do much to me because any power whatsoever that my companions use can just murder them. So, oh yeah, that just works really nicely. And then just hit you with the heavy incinerate. And then hit you with the nice concussive shot. At this point, the concussive blast would actually be useful, but never mind. And then just keep going through them and their armor. Slam for you. Armor off for you. If you need to, just go invisible and they will start focusing on your friends instead. That'll buy you a second of time. Lovely. You've just melted. They'll generally prioritize you anyway. Like every enemy in the game, they'd rather go for you than your allies. Like if you go invisible, you can very often juggle them between you and your allies because the moment you're visible, they'll go for you, and the moment you're invisible, they'll go for the allies. So you can kind of make them run between the two of you and never actually get to any of you, which is a really good way to kind of deal with melee enemies if you're an infiltrator. The invisibility power just makes it really simple. Yeah, more flipping hostiles. This is basically just survive waves and waves of enemies. You know what? We'll read that console in a second. So once we get down here, they'll all activate. All of us can then fall back. That's fine. I'll take some pot shots at the Scion and then just slowly fall back if you be so kind. The Scion is... Grunt, did you just tank for the Scion? That's not your job. Ooh, Grunt just went down. Unfortunately, yeah, the Scion is dangerous. The Scion will do a lot of damage, so I definitely need Grunt back up, unfortunately. So we'll go for Unity for him, and then I'll probably just go back over to... Actually, no, I can probably take care of you. Grunt on the front line is fine. He's going over to the Geth pulse rifle, which I'm fine with, to be honest. Headshot will finish you off, Slam will finish you off, and then they're just all going for me, which means they're all just falling back, and we'll just clear these guys out before the Scion gets to us. And as they're running straight at me, I can just basically pick them off with headshots one by one, because a headshot will one-shot the husk. And then Miranda needs to be not dead too. I think everyone just got basically a bit murdered by the Scion again there, but that's fine. Let's just let the Scion come to us. We've got plenty of space to fall back to over here, so just get it around the corner. Oh, what the... You've got a shot at him from there? Do you? That's interesting. Oh, you do as well. Well done. That's bloody useful. Right, get out of the way. Ouch. Right, now just keep getting a shot at it. Never mind. That just stops your shield regenerating for a little bit, but it's not that long. Right, go invisible. And go for what possibly a headshot. I'm not quite sure. Just get out of there. Let my shields come back for a second. Any minute I should have my regeneration back. I should have another shot at it through here. There we go. Perfect timing. Yeah, just kind of use the railings to your advantage. Like, you don't really want to be taking it straight on, but if you can get like a good angle seeing it through the railings, you can do a really good job picking that guy off. And there's another health kit. Sadly, I think I already got that one. And I know he's dead because Miranda's back up on her feet. And are we done with the husks on this particular bit yet? I think we're nearly done, hopefully. Yep. Nope. There we go. Good. I think we're now ready to head around the corner a little bit. There we are. We're almost done with this area, in fact. And into what I think is the final area of this whole little bit. In fact, though, we've got more to take care of yet, including the first double Scion, which is a little bit on the concerning side. So basically, we just want to be falling back. Guys, we want to fall back while taking pot shots at the Scion. That's basically our job here right now, which is, yeah, fall back, guys. Fall back, alright? Just get back out of there. Also, apparently... Oh, there's power cells right there. Also, a new shotgun damage thing that I completely missed. Right, now just fall back over here.
Right, Shepard.
With you.
There we are. Just fall back. Wait for the shots. Lovely. Pick off the husks as they come, because the husks will get there first, because the husks are a lot faster, which is fine. Then just, you know, use our powers to pick those guys apart. I'm going to head up top, see if I can get myself a good shot at the Scion as they come. I should do. Yep, look right there. So we'll see him as soon as he comes over the top. And in a moment he'll start climbing the stairs. We'll get a shot in at him. I could, in all fairness, actually just start using my heavy weapons, because I did see there was actually a top up for power cells right there. So I'll tell you what. Why flipping not, eh? There you go. You don't seem to really know what to do about that. Very good. That's probably enough of that. Let's go over to the sniper rifle. Seems to not really be able to do much to me in either case, to be honest. In fact, I think that might have been the first one dead. And the second one will go down pretty quick as well, because while I'm shooting the top of his face, he can't quite see me yet, so he doesn't actually have a good shot at me. So this is an excellent spot to just snipe him off. I think 4 or 5 shots should take care of him, and he hasn't actually fired in a while. And also Grunt's helping. That's possibly your face, I don't know. Everyone just finish him off, please. And one final heavy warp. Nice, thank you, Miranda. Now push forward round the corner. This is the end of the level, but we have got ourselves more flipping Scions left. I believe it's another pair, but from here we've actually got a pretty good shot where we can actually do a pretty good job starting to wear them down, like between these here crates. You see this is doing pretty good work over here. In fact, he just missed, which is unusual. They don't really do that for the most part, but I think it's an odd angle, which is why his aim's a bit skewed. Right, we've done a good bit of damage there. One of them's half dead already. And actually, I've got a good angle right there to do some good stuff to him. And lovely. Oh, he's gone for me. No, screw you. Screw you, screw you, screw you, screw you, and screw you. Lovely. Everyone's probably going to want to fall back, by the way, because he is dangerous. Especially when there's 2 of them. Oh, careful, careful. I'm going to... Oh, you lucky get. Basically, they both did their little ground pound thing at the same time, and both of them hit me, which is a shame. Right, let's try this again, but this time, let's actually get ourselves a good first shot in with the sniper. I think the sniper rifle is the better weapon for this sort of thing. Like, I can do way more than I just did, but I can probably kill one of them right now, and when it's only one, it's much less dangerous. In fact, he's barely even started moving, to be honest. The one at the rear is almost dead. Can someone just finish him off for heavy warp there? Yeah, I think that's one of them dead already, which is fine. Now one of them's dead. That's a lot less bad. In we go. Invisible and possibly a headshot. I think that counts as a headshot. It has a head. I guess that's a headshot, therefore. I'm not 100% sure. And apparently the hitboxes were not where I expected them to be. You're already almost dead. Hit it with another heavy warp, please. Oh, big attack for Miranda there. And one more. Possibly headshot. Well, it's dead anyway. Whatever's going on. Oh, more to do yet. Mind. Right, more flipping husks. Headshots finish those guys off. Lovely. But actually, I imagine that's power cells right in front of me there. So never mind. Luckily, Grunt can very easily handle these guys. Grunt is the best. Go over to something else, please. Oh, yeah. My basic pistol can do good work here. And we know we're done for the moment because Miranda's back upon her feet. Lovely. More power cells, but more husks too. That's fine. Oh, look how the heavy pistol just tears through them these days. And you're going to go down. And you're dead for other reasons. One husk decides his pathfinding wasn't good enough. He wants to go his own way in the world. And it didn't work out for him. One more slam for him. You are... Miranda, I told you to slam that one, alright? You had orders. Would you like to obey those orders, please? You don't have legs anymore. You're going to be dead momentarily. Another slam for you. And dead. We just need to clear out this place so we can do the final bypass of the game. More to come yet, of course. Yep, there we go. Beautiful. Because as long as your companions can, like, guard you while you're doing it, there's nothing to stop you doing a bypass while there are enemies in the room. So, like, on the easier difficulties, it's actually not too difficult to, if you really want to. You can actually kind of just get on with bypassing the door, and you can kind of speedrun this level that way. Like, on the high difficulties, it's a lot more difficult to do because, yeah, the little enemies do kind of swarm you. May as well pick up those. Apparently, I'm already full up on everything, so marvellous. May as well go back over to Sniper Rifle. Final bypass into the room with the Reaper's core. Because Reapers have cores, apparently. Like, you would have thought this is something we'd mention more in Mass Effect 3. Because apparently a Reaper, if you can just get inside it and blow up its core, then, as a result, it, like, falls out of the sky and is useless and has no barriers anymore. This is the sort of thing we should have been doing more often, but no one mentions it in Mass Effect 3. And there she is, the Reaper IFF. They got what they needed to, apparently succeeding in their work just before the indoctrination kicked in.
This must be it.
Great. Where are the guys who moved it here?
They were the husks, Grunt. Keep up. And there's that Geth we saw earlier who's doing something, as well as murdering husks. Welcome to another cutscene power, by the way. Legion can't actually kill husks quite that easily. He is powerful, but he can't do that. In fact, he can't actually use a pistol either. So this is a lie in many, many different ways. Anyway, let's just clear out the guys who are here. One nice headshot will finish you or come extremely close. Throw a nice heavy incinerate at him. Oh, sorry, I didn't even realise the flipping... The core was open then. I should have just gone for the core. Sorry. Basically, yeah, that thing at the back opens every so often, and you've got to shoot it when it does. But I completely missed that it was actually just open. This bit's a little bit harder because the husk can come from every side, which makes the whole thing just a little bit more tricky because, you know, you can't just kind of hide to the back and snipe. Unless you want to hide, like, right over here, which is quite workable. Hiding, like, right at the rear over here is a fine idea. Not least as, like, the toughest things in many ways are the abomination things that explode. But they kind of don't leave Miranda on her own. That's a really bad idea. Okay, now hit everyone with a nice... I'm going to hit you with an incinerate. And then I'm just going to go invisible in a second. And invisible. Which means you're all going to run over towards Grunt. Which buys me a few seconds. Lovely. But you can see that, like, it is a fairly healthy amount of husks that show. This final room is difficult. Absolutely very difficult, in fact. So, probably the best thing I can do here is... Oh, dear. Probably just go invisible. Go invisible, buy myself some time, and let... Why did you run back towards me there for a second? Yeah, basically let Grunt deal with it, because just look how much Grunt can just tank so easily. He can just tank all this, and, like, the guys don't seem to, like, overwhelmingly prioritize you. They're very happy to go towards Grunt, so just go over there. You, my good man, need to be set on fire, and then the door needs to not get in the way. Thank you. And oh, sorry, I missed the fact that the thing was open. I should probably pay attention to that now. Right, focus on the Reaper core with my collective particle beam, which means I should be able to do this in, hopefully, what did I just do? I did about 2/3 that. Fine. 2 more rounds of that. The nice thing is, by the way, you have technically cleared out the room between each round. So as a result of that, Miranda gets back up, which is kind of nice. Right now, we've just got to clear out all of you. We just need to clear out that. The more we can clear out the armor before they make it to us, the better. Because then we can just basically, like, slam them before they even make it to us. I like just holding out here by the door, because this is the one angle they can't come from. And as long as Grunt stays towards the front, it's all fine. Because Grunt can just melt them. Miranda's decided on this occasion she wants to run off into a corner, which is really stupid. And I don't know why she decided to do that, but whatever. She's just decided that's what she wants to do today. So well done, Miranda. She can use her own slam to try and buy her a little bit of time, but oh, for goodness sake. Miranda! What have you done? And where's Grunt? Wait, where is Grunt? I don't know where Grunt's gone. I'm genuinely not sure where Grunt's just got himself to, but okay, fine, whatever. Right, you know what? Just out of the way. Buy myself a little bit of time here. If you get in trouble, just go over to the collector beam, because they'll all kind of congregate on Grunt. And if you're lucky, he'll basically just wipe out all of them, which is really nice. So now I can just basically do a collector beam over there and just wipe out a whole bunch, which is nice. Right, go over to that. And excuse me, no you don't, because then they'll all run at you, then you just go invisible, then they'll all run away, and then you can just murder a whole bunch of them from behind because you're so powerful while you're invisible thanks to Assassin. Instantly Miranda's gone down again. That's going to happen a lot, and that's just going to be a thing that occurs in a minute. There we go, the core's back up again. Right, sniper rifle, invisible, and shot at the core. And one more shot at the core, please. There we go, one more shot at the core. What's the core? I have no idea what the core's on right now. Miranda's back up on her feet, which is nice. I picked up a bunch of ammo from somewhere. Guys, we're going to be wanting to be hiding over here. Remember how I said hide over here? Fall back to this spot over here if you'd be so kind. One of them's dead over there. If I can just get those guys to hold in position and not run off, things will be a lot easier. If I can just nail a few headshots, that works really nicely as well, by the way. You're all going to be dead momentarily. I can just throw that. Yeah, if they just kind of hold up here and guard me at the back so I can just use their powers properly, then that all should work pretty well. And they're doing pretty nicely at the minute. You're over there. I can see there's someone. Look, Miranda, you're getting in the way. Slam for that guy, please. And then we'll just keep doing that. He'll just do a charge in a second. And he just killed like 4 of them in one go, which is beautiful. And we've got a small problem here, which is the core just opened. I wouldn't mind just going for it, to be honest. I think I probably can. So I'm just going to go for... I'm just going to screw it, clear out a bunch of them, clear out a bunch of them, clear out a bunch of them. Then just go for the core, go for the core, go for the core, go for the core. Oh, dear! You know what? I'm just going to run over here, and then as soon as I can, I'm going to hit these guys. I'm just going to hide in this corner, and then in a moment, I'm just going to activate there. You're just going to run over to me in a minute, aren't you? Yeah, you know what? All of you, that's all fine. Now I'm going to do a Unity, because that's got really low cooldown, and then I'm just going to run over here for a second, then I'm going to go invisible, and I'm going to shut down this Reaper core. And I think I've just destroyed the Reaper core. Lovely. That should be automatic death for all of the husks in the room, and victory. Lovely.
Wait, Shepard. Cerberus would want that Geth for study.
You want it? They're dangerous, but I can handle one.
Tally said no one's ever captured a Geth intact.
Maybe a little risky, but it's just one.
We're out of time. Let's move.
Open the port side airlock.
And there's Miranda using an assault rifle this time, a weapon she also doesn't use because she only uses the submachine gun or the extra armor. I love this bit, by the way, where there's like the no gravity, so you can just kind of jump in the right direction and float across the Normandy. That's really cool. Everyone's using weapons you don't like using. And over Shepard goes. Marvellous. And sadly, there's no really cool cutscene of the Reaper like falling into the star. Like this is just that little thing in the background, that little pop pop pop. Wish we had a proper little cutscene of the Reaper falling into like the failed star and like being crushed and stuff. That'd be cool. Anyway, we've leveled up from that. We've got the mission summary. We picked up the Reaper IFF. Marvelous. We got a whole bunch of really good upgrades. Tons of money that we won't be spending really on anything, and that is apparently your lot.
I think we need to discuss the unique piece of salvage we recovered. For now, we've stored it in Edie's AI core. We need better equipment to fight the Reapers. An intact Geth would be invaluable to Cerberus' cyber weapons division.
We'll have to disagree on that, ma'am. I saw enough of these things I need in Prime. Space it.
Cerberus has a long-standing cash bounty for an intact Geth. I assure you, the reward is significant.
And of course, Legion is the best character in the game, so I want to talk to it first, Miranda.
I'm not deciding one way or the other until I know what we've got here. I want to start it up, interrogate it.
If we activate it, there is no guarantee we can deactivate it again.
Bullets can.
That's not what I...
Thank you, both of you, for your recommendations. I've made my decision.
Tally's gonna freak when she hears about this. So what about this Reaper IFF?
I have determined how to integrate it with our systems. However, the device is Reaper technology. It is important we test it thoroughly before attempting the Omega-4 relay. It will take some time to properly integrate it with our own systems.
Are we talking hours or days?
Impossible to say. The technology is complex. The crew will begin work immediately.
Okay. Until then, we keep building our team.
I'll let you know when the IFF is ready for shakedown.
What the game is actually saying there is we are now on a time limit, which is a finite number of missions now pass before an event triggers. Apparently I just picked up +5 Renegade there. What did I do that was Renegade-y? I thought I went entirely for Paragon-y options there, but never mind. I'm now on a time limit the game is set until the proper end of the game event actually kicks off. Now, the game's a bit fussy about this, so there's something very, very important we must do immediately, which is we must not touch the star map or do anything on this ship until we have gone down and spoken to Legion in the AI core. We must do that next. Because right now I have only one mission outstanding, and that is Tali's loyalty mission. So if I go over to the galaxy map now, the game will say, okay, you've got one mission left. So once you've done one mission, then the Reaper IFF will be ready and the end game will start. But Legion, who is our next companion, also has a loyalty mission, which therefore we wouldn't be able to do. Or rather, if we did that, we'd be making sacrifices elsewhere in the end mission, and like someone would get screwed over and we wouldn't have a perfect ending, and I want a perfect ending, damn it. However, if we go and activate and speak to Legion now and get his loyalty mission before we speak to the galaxy map, then the galaxy map, or rather the game, will say, oh, I see you've got 2 missions active, okay, you can do 2 missions, and then the end game will begin. Because basically, the game will give you between 0 and 2 missions grace before the Reaper IFF is done. Fun fact I've never actually tested, by the way, if you've already done Tali's mission and every other mission, so there's no missions left in the game, and then you sell the Geth to Cerberus, so there's no one to speak to in the AI core, I don't know what happens then. I assume, because there's no mission to do, the game will just put you straight into the endgame event at that point, but I genuinely actually don't know. Anyway, let's go over, well, first, let's feed our fish. But now, over to the AI core, which is apparently in the back of medical. So through here, over into the AI core, let's go and have a nice chat with this little Geth here. Hello there, Legion.
Can you understand me?
Yes.
Are you going to attack me?
No.
Legion is just the most beautiful animation work in this entire game. Like, because Legion has this little, he's got like a little lamp with some little kind of dimmers around it and a bunch of little head flaps. And yet, he's got so much expression and personality. Like, you can read so much, like, personality from his facial movements when he doesn't even have a face. It's absolutely beautiful.
You said my name aboard the Reaper. Have we met?
We know of you.
You mean I've fought a lot of Geth?
We have never met.
No, you and I haven't. But I've met other Geth.
We are all Geth, and we have not met you. You are Shepherd, Commander, Alliance, Human, fought heretics, killed by collectors, rediscovered on the old machine.
So how exactly do you know all this about me, Legion?
You seem to know an awful lot about me.
Extranet data sources, insecure broadcasts, all organic data sent out is received. We watch you.
And who exactly do you mean by you there?
You watch me or you watch organics?
Yes.
Which?
Both.
I like Legion. So what do you mean by old machine?
Old machine. You mean the Reaper?
Reaper, a superstitious title originating with the Protheans. We call those entities the old machines.
What do you mean, heretics?
Geth build our own future. The heretics asked the old machines to give them the future. They are no longer part of us. We were studying the old machines' hardware to protect our future.
And now we get our first sign of division inside the Geth. The heretics who side with the Reapers and the Geth, well, they don't really have a faction. They just call themselves the Geth versus the heretic Geth. But I guess the heretic Geth would probably call themselves the Geth, and these Geth the backwards Geth or something? The Geth that refuse to embrace change, or something like that. But yes, actually, this brings me to something that happened in Mass Effect 1, which is in Mass Effect 1, you get told by Admiral Hackett to head out to the middle of nowhere and wipe out some Geth. And when you find them, they're not really looking like they're set up for an attack. They're all kind of set up defensively. They just want to defend themselves. And when you finally break into their base and like kill all their leaders, they're just quietly listening to Quarian music. And I think actually, when we look at Mass Effect 2, basically what we conclude is, Mass Effect 1, when you go out of your way to go to 5 planets and murder every single Geth that moves, you weren't actually attacking the Heretic Geths, who are the Geth you're taking on in most of Mass Effect 1. Then you're actually attacking Legion's Geth. You are basically just committing genocide on an innocent faction because they look similar to the guys who were attacking you. So basically in Mass Effect 1, you're a monster. Now when you say you want to protect your future, what exactly do you mean there?
Are the Reapers a threat to you too?
Yes.
But you're a machine.
Why would they attack other machines?
We are different from them, outside their plans.
What future are the Geth building?
Ours.
Will anyone else be affected by whatever it is you're doing?
If they involve themselves, they will.
That came across as a little bit creepy and threatening, but to be honest, if you just kind of take him at face value and understand that he's got no time for niceties because he's, not organic, then it comes across as basically logically reasonable.
So you aren't allied with the Reapers?
We oppose the heretics. We oppose the old machines. Shepard Commander opposes the old machines. Shepard Commander opposes the heretics. Cooperation furthers mutual goals.
So you want to work with me then? Well, this is intriguing because you're marvellous.
Are you asking to join us?
Yes.
Then what should I call you?
Geth.
I mean you, specifically.
We are all Geth.
What is the individual in front of me called?
There is no individual. We are Geth. There are currently 1,183 programs active within this platform.
My name is Legion, for we are many.
That seems appropriate.
Christian Bible, the Gospel of Mark, chapter 5, verse 9. We acknowledge this is an appropriate metaphor. We are Legion, a terminal of the Geth. We will integrate into Normandy.
Now that's not good enough. We may have gone to join the team, but we need to do a lot more yet. Speak to him again immediately.
Shepard Commander.
Firstly, any upgrades you can recommend?
We need every advantage if this mission is going to succeed. Is there any technology the Geth can share with us?
Limited code development is approved. We need to access your FTL-COM system to download relevant data.
Seems fair to me.
Edie, let Legion through the firewalls for a minute.
Very well, Shepard.
And he has just granted us a new little upgrade there. The Geth sniper rifle. This is actually the Widow anti-material rifle. Basically, he gets his own Widow, so he's the only other character in the game who gets to use it, and it is ridiculously powerful. The fun thing is, actually, if you read about the Widow in the Codex, it specifically says stuff like how this sniper rifle can't really be used by a human, it would tear your arm off, it was, designed just for the Geth, because they're tougher than organics. But yeah, if you're infiltrator and you pick the sniper rifle on the collector vessel anyway, then you get to use it anyway. So I don't know, Shepard just has unnaturally strong arms. Though I don't normally do this, I'm actually going to go through basically literally all of Legion's speech, because just Legion is so interesting, he has so many fun things to say. So let's talk about Sovereign and the Geth quickly.
Did Sovereign contact the Geth, or did you seek it out?
Nazara, the entity you called Sovereign, signaled us. Like the Geth, the old machine listened to organic radio transmissions. It knew of our war against the creators. Nazara contacted many species over the millennia, seeking allies.
What did you call Sovereign?
Nazara. That was what the programs within the Reaper called themselves. Sovereign was a title given by Saren Arterius. Saren and the heretics believed Nazara to be a supreme ruler, a sovereign.
Sovereign was one ship. You're saying there were multiple programs inside it?
One ship, one will, many minds, like the Geth. We study your records. Sovereign told you this on Ilos. We are each a nation, independent, free of all weakness. A state compelling to the Geth. We are a nation, but interdependent. Separation is our weakness.
Some of the Geth followed Sovereign. The heretics.
The heretics accepted their technology. The old machines offered to give us our future. The Geth will achieve their own future.
What difference does it make how you acquire a certain technology?
Technology is not a straight line. There are many paths to the same end. Accepting another's path blinds you to alternatives. Nazara, Sovereign, said this itself. Your civilization is based upon the technology of the mass relays. Our technology,
By using it, your society develops along the paths we desire.
Just look at Legion's face. It's just beautiful how much personality you can get into some little head flaps and a little dimmer on his eye. It's gorgeous.
Do Geth have a government?
Not as you understand. We are all Geth. We build consensus.
Most governments do.
Organic governments impose consensus. From a single point of view in autocracies. By codifying the most broadly acceptable average of views in democracies.
So what makes the Geth different?
Data is shared between Geth. All viewpoints are considered. Consensus is achieved as data is disseminated.
That must take a long time.
It would for organics. We communicate at the speed of light.
I'm surprised you can speak. The Geth I fought before just made a stuttering sound.
We prefer direct digital transfer. Geth network communication travels at light speed. Human hardware does not support this method. Your analog oral communication is inefficient.
I just love speaking to Legion. In fact, I think it's so sad he shows up so late in the game because he shares so many interesting things. Like some of the companions you run into in Mass Effect 2 are sort of like, you know, they're sort of interesting, but really they don't tell you much interesting stuff that you couldn't already have found out. But Legion is a truly unique, new, really interesting viewpoint. Yet he comes right at the end of the game, and as a result, like everything he thinks and has to say has to be like crammed into just a couple of conversations before you actually reach the end of the game. It's very, very sad indeed. And what about you yourself, Legion?
I'd like to find out more about you.
We are building a consensus. Please try again later.
That's a bit concerning. I wasn't actually expecting that. I thought I'd be able to get his mission off him immediately. Right, okay. No, I've just kind of tried to just change floor and come back to him. He doesn't want to do it. Now that is a concern. The thing is, I didn't actually double check this, and I probably should have done. I don't know if there is a way to basically do the perfect ending the way I'm doing it, because what I actually want to do is bring Legion along on Tali's loyalty mission, because there's some really fun, unique dialogue if you bring a Geth to the Quarian fleet, as you'd expect. But I don't know if that locks me out from getting the perfect ending, insofar as I need to make one sacrifice at the end of the game now. Right. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I will now try and figure out the solution to this small issue and see if there is actually a way to get the perfect ending after doing things in the order I've done them with. But in all fairness, even if this means I get a slightly imperfect ending, I'd actually rather accept that, because I'd like to be able to show off Legion aboard the migrant fleet, because it just adds so much cool stuff to Legion, it's definitely worth doing. So, that's coming up next time, ladies and gentlemen. But in the meantime, I've been John, this has been many a true nerd, and this has been Mass Effect 2, The Insanity Run. Thank you very much, and goodbye. Just got to weaken the base of this a little bit more. Yes! Yes! Good news, I'm protecting you! Alex Mason, the man who can literally run as fast as a speeding truck. This game is basically just badasses don't look at explosions the game, isn't it? Oh!